What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there.
Waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya. Complicate ya.
Hey, everybody!
Today, we're going to give you the heads up on a game coming to Kickstarter soon. That game is Point Galaxy.
Point Galaxy is designed by Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Shawn Stankewich, and is being published by Flat Out Games. Keep in mind, this is a prototype copy of the game.
Let's go to the table for an overview of how this game is played.
Point Galaxy is an open drafting set collection game for 1 to 5 players, where the players are building their own personal solar systems. To set up the game, we would take this deck of 140 double-sided planet and space cards and give them a good shuffle with the planet side face down. And then we would remove a number of those cards based on the number of players that we're setting up for, and those cards will be returned to the box. Then we would divide the remaining cards into 3 roughly equal stacks with the planet side face down, and we would place those cards in the middle of the table in reach of all players. Next, flip over 2 cards from each draw pile and place them in columns below each pile, and this is going to form a market of 9 cards. Next, we would take the 24 unique rocket tokens, and after giving those a good shuffle, we would select a number of tokens based on player count, returning the rest to the box, and place those face up next to the market. Each player will be dealt a starting sun card, which they will place in front of them to form their first solar system. They're also going to be dealt a player aid card, making sure that when dealing out the player aid cards, the one with this symbol is included, because that's going to signify who's the first player. We're now ready to start the game. On a player's turn, they're going to draft 2 cards from the market, and they're going to place those cards in their play area to form solar systems. When drafting cards, you can draft 2 of these cards, or you can draft 2 cards from these stacks up there. You can draft 1 of each. You can draft 2 from the same stack if you wanted to. Just keep in mind that when drafting cards from these 2 rows, these do not get refilled until the end of the active player's turn. There are 5 different types of cards. There are planet cards, there are sun cards, there are moon cards, there are asteroid cards, and then there are wormhole cards. So let's go over how each of those cards are placed in your solar system and how they will score at the end of the game. Planet cards can be placed in existing solar systems, or you can place them to begin new solar systems, and they have to be placed in sequential order. So the planet cards come in different colors, and they also have different numerical values, number 1 through 7. So when you place your first planet card into a solar system, the number doesn't matter. But let's say later on, I grab this planet card from the market. I can either tuck this behind this card or place it in front of it. And so now I've set the direction and the sequence of that solar system. Moving forward, I can only place planet cards in front of this card that are lower than 4, and I can only place cards, tuck them behind this 5 that are higher than 5. And at the end of the game, each of your solar systems will score based on the number of the unique numbers in your solar system. Sun cards are placed above a sequence of cards in the solar system, and they can be placed into an existing solar system that you've already started, or you could place it where you start a new solar system. Now, each solar system can only have one single sun card. Sun cards give you scoring conditions for that specific solar system at the end of the game. So as you see, my starting sun card will give me 2 points for each set of green and red planets, which I've got that going. So that's 2 points there. This sun will give me 1 point per purple planet in this solar system. So I got 1 point here. This one gives me 2 points for every moon card. So I'm going to be working towards that. Moon cards can be placed in the sequence of cards in an existing solar system, or they can be placed to form a new solar system. And the moon cards score based on their adjacency to the color of that planet. So this moon will score 2 points if it is adjacent to a green planet. And so I have a green planet here, so this moon is going to score me 2 points at the end of the game. And it's also going to score me 2 points at the end of the game for that specific solar system because of that sun card. So let's say later on I get this moon card. Now this moon card will score me 3 points, but it has to be adjacent to a red and a purple planet. So if I place this here, now I need to find a purple planet that's valued less than 4. So if I get this, I can place this here. And now this moon is going to score me 3 points at the end of the game. Asteroid cards must be tucked behind a sun card in an existing solar system. And you can only tuck one asteroid card per sun card. Now these cards will score for whoever has the most at the end of the game. So at the end of the game, whoever has the most will get 10 points, second most 6 points, and third most will get 2 points. Wormhole cards can be placed in any solar system. And like the moon cards and the planet cards, they can be tucked behind a card sequence, or they can be placed in front of a card sequence in a solar system. Now, wormhole cards, they reverse the pull of gravity. So pretty much it resets your sequence. So as you can see in this particular solar system, I jumped from 2 all the way to 6, which I'm missing the 3, 4, and 5. By placing this wormhole here, it resets the sequence. So now I can try to get that 5, 4, and 3 into the solar system. Keep in mind, at the end of the game, each solar system only scores for unique numbered planets. As you can see, there's these rocket symbols and then these research symbols on the cards. So the rocket symbols help you get those rocket tokens that we as part of setup. So at the end of the active player's turn, when they reach 5 rocket symbols, they get to get one of those rocket tokens and place it in their play area, and that will score them points at the end of the game. So this player has 5, so I could grab this one that's just going to score me 4 points. This one will score me 1 point for every pair of purple planets. This one will score me 1 point for every wormhole. And then for every multiple of 5, as we continue to play the game, I will get to another rocket token. So if I reach 10 rocket symbols, I get another rocket token. These research symbols will score you points based on each unique research symbol that you have at the end of the game. The game will end when the last player has taken their 13th turn and there are only 7 cards left out in the market. Those cards will get discarded, and then we will go to final scoring. Each player will count up their points, and whoever has the most points will be the winner of Point Galaxy. So Point Galaxy is the third in a trilogy of games by this trio of designers. First there was Point Solid, which is a game that we really enjoyed. I love my culinary themed games. And then they had Point City, which took a different approach with that grid.
Yes.
But we really enjoyed that one. But then now you got Point Galaxy, which kind of goes back to the way Point Solid is played, but where you're drafting the cards. But I really enjoy Point Galaxy because it's a little bit more crunchy. It has some more, adds more complexity to it.
So where do you see the more complexity?
Well, I see it where like in Point Solid, you know, you can pivot. Like you're trying to get those different vegetables to score, but you can do a little pivoting. You know, the vegetables aren't coming out like you want them to.
Yes.
But in this one, once you decide that card sequence in your specific solar system, then you pretty much got to stick with it unless you get a wormhole, which will help you mitigate the direction. But other than that, I really enjoyed that.
So you like the tightness?
Yeah, I do love the
Now,
tightness.
don't get me wrong. I like Point Galaxy, but I like being able to pivot. So yeah, to me, Point Galaxy is more challenging because there's less room for pivoting if what you want isn't coming out. So for some people that's a plus, for some people that's a not. But you know, it adds to the variety. I do like in the point game system how there's more than one way to make points. So I do like that aspect.
Yeah, I do like that. They give you can make points off of where how you place your moons if you meet those criteria, and the fact that you're trying to get those asteroids and the sun cards. There's different ways to score points. Also, I love those research symbols. You know, you collect the research symbols to get points that way. Those rocket symbols in order to get those rocket tokens. So it's so many different paths.
So what I think is what you said is true. This game brings the basic structure of the original Point Salad.
Yeah.
With a little bit more complexity, and it's less pivoting, but for some people that makes it more appealing.
Well, it gives you pivoting in a different way.
Yes.
Let me put it that way.
Well,
you
no,
know,
I
because
think,
you might decide that, okay, well, my planets ain't coming. I'm gonna try to score these moons.
No, I do think that Point Salad gives you more room for mitigation than Point Galaxy does. But I think that that's part of the beauty of a series of games. They're not, they have enough commonality that they're accessible, but there's enough variety that you don't feel like you have duplicates of the same thing.
Right. You can own Point Solid and own Point Galaxy.
Yes.
You know, so I get that. So I really do like this one. I like the planets. I like the way the different names of the planets and all that. I really enjoyed this game. You know.
So if you like space themed games, this is another low rule set.
Yep.
Easy to enter. You know, this is an easy entree game.
Yeah, all you're doing is drafting cards, but it gives you a little bit more crunch.
Yes.
You know, so I think this is definitely a game for me. You know. So, like we said, we're going to leave a link in the description below because it's coming to Kickstarter soon. And we both, you know, the first time we played, we tied. You know, so
of course, you know he wants a rematch.
Oh, yeah, we're going to play this some more, you know, because right now we're still even. She won one, I won one. So, but, yeah, the first game, we tied. And I really like visiting this game. This is a game. So like I said, we're going to leave it in the Kickstarter link in the description below. And if you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
This has been Blackboard Gaming.
We will see you next time.